Hello, Sterling.
Kevin Prake, how are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. How are you?
Did you have a good Easter?
I did. I had a glorious Easter.
A glorious Easter, that's exactly the type that you should have. That's enough pleasantries. Why? Because Spring Week is 2 weeks long this year. It's the first time in history it's ever been done. Just when people think that we've done everything there is to be done. And we have. We've done a lot of things. We've had mechanical bulls. We've had ice cream. I even showed Django Unchained out in the courtyard. Huge sound system. No one thought that was a bad idea. Did you know, I found this out afterwards, Django Unchained broke the Hollywood record for the number of times it used the F word in a movie.
No, I didn't.
Set the record, and I show that outside in what is essentially, I use the courtyard in the middle of Peabody, which essentially just works as a giant megaphone. And Chris Bridges' sound system, which is so powerful, tripped the breaker 3 times for the campus center, the entire campus center. We had to put it on 3 different circuits to show this movie, and then we amplified the most F-bombs in a 3-hour period that Hollywood has ever produced. So when I say we've done a lot of things, we've done a lot of things, Kevin, but we've never had Spring 2 weeks. And that's what we're in right now, Spring 2 weeks, because I really couldn't decide. I booked a lot of events for April, probably because I hate myself. I didn't want to have any free time at all. So I just booked 2 weeks worth of events, and I couldn't decide which was going to be officially Spring Week, and the other would just be just another day in paradise, another week in paradise.
Cheeseburger in paradise?
Nope, it would not be that, Jimmy Buffett. But we're going to have a 2-week Spring Week, because let's just make it both. Why decide? Let the people decide. It's all 1 week. We're not going to go by the calendar. It's a 2-week Spring Week loaded with events. Let's get started. This morning, we kicked off with a food drive where you can get your official Spring Week t-shirt. Kevin, now be honest, do you have a Spring Week t-shirt?
No, I don't.
It's disappointing. But I could see why. Perhaps see why. You want to know why? It's a white t-shirt. People don't always like white t-shirts.
It's true.
You're wearing a blue t-shirt.
I am wearing a blue t-shirt.
More people, I think, like blue t-shirts, black t-shirts, colorful t-shirts. People don't want, sometimes a white t-shirt, they look at it and say, it's just a white t-shirt. I can find it other places. But I look at that and I see possibility. Ask not what your t-shirt can do for you. Ask what you can do for your t-shirt. You see it as it is and you see that. I don't know how that one goes. But I look at it and I see what it could be. You know what it could be?
What could it be?
It could be a t-shirt of many colors. And how do you do that? As the hippie said, just tie-dye it, man. I imagine that's what they said. I wasn't around during that time. But I imagine that's probably what they said in a van full of smoke. That's what we're going to do on Wednesday night. Cookies and Crafts. We will tie-dye your Spring Week t-shirts. So you take that white t-shirt with a glorious design, advertising, Spring 2 weeks, all of the events of 2 weeks on the back of the t-shirt, and you tie-dye it to your color specifications. You can have many colors, you can have a few colors, so we're going to have one color. But either way, it'll become a t-shirt of many colors. It's not just a white t-shirt. So people thought that's what they're getting, but what they're getting is an invitation to express themselves. That's what Spring 2 weeks is all about. That's what this whole rant is all about.
Rant with Sterling.
I thought we were gonna get through a week. It wasn't a rant. It's a hard sales job. I think it was more of
a rant.
I think it was a soliloquy.
Sure.
It was beautiful, expressing yourself and all that junk. So Cookies and Crafts Wednesday, Thursday night we have comedian Andy Erickson. Andy is short for Andrea. So sounds like Andrew. You're thinking Andrew Erickson? No, Andy Erickson, short for Andrea. She's from Ham Lake, Minnesota. A wonderful town name, Ham Lake, a lake full of ham. Fun fact, 80% of Easter hams caught in Ham Lake.
Everybody shipped them in, so that's how they kept them so cold. They just threw them outside.
It's tough because you have to harpoon the frozen ones. This time of year in Minnesota, they still have 6 feet of snow, so you can't catch them with a hook. You can't just bait a hook and catch a ham, the unfrozen one. But some of them you have to harpoon them and bring them aboard. Andy Erickson, you may have seen her on Last Comic Standing, has a very, very unique style. Very funny. She was one of the funniest acts we saw at NACA. Seen her on Last Comic Standing and can very much appreciate her humor. I was very interested to see how the students would react, and they reacted much like I did, which was laughter that will bring a tear to your eye. So if you're into that kind of thing, like joy and happiness and expressing yourself, which you did the night before, wear your tie-dye t-shirt. You can premiere it. You can audition it. You can. We don't have a catwalk. I mean, you're not gonna walk that.
I mean, they can walk the stage before the show starts.
No, they can't.
They can't?
No, we're not gonna allow that.
Can they walk right beside the stage?
I mean, they can walk in front of it. I suppose, if you're looking for a seat up front, I suppose you could, but we don't need to be too showy. You're wearing a tie-dye t-shirt. Everyone sees you, which is the beauty of it. Tie-dye your t-shirts.
What is NACA for those who don't know?
The National Association of Campus Activities. I go to the Northeast Conference every year in sunny Hartford, Connecticut. And it's always the first week in November, which if you look up the definition of gray in the dictionary, there's a picture of Hartford, Connecticut in November. Actually, it's just more the drive. It's like the 200-mile drive there. It's gray. It's grayer than your laptop, Kevin.
Laptop's pretty good.
Pretty gray. It's like a brushed nickel, like a gunmetal gray. That's what Hartford is in November. It's a bleak place, but Andy Erickson, with her comedy, she brightened it up. So you'll brighten the week with your tie-dye. You'll brighten it with Andy Erickson. I'm noticing a theme here. Friday, we're going to get artistic again. We have a wire sculptor coming to campus. Again, something I've never done before. This is an artisan who can spell things out by bending wire. It looks fantastic. It's great for your desk. I might get one made and put it on the front of the desk here. People walk in. I don't have a nameplate there. I have a mints. Why? Because I give. All I do is give. But it's anonymous. It's an anonymous giving, which some can do, but no one knows where the mints are coming from. I don't have a nameplate. I might do one Friday night. I think it'll look great.
I mean, you have sort of a nameplate that somebody wrote happy birthday on it.
Yeah, Lexi spelled it out with painter's tape a year and a half ago.
Forgetting the best part, she took an arm and cleaned off your entire desk and then put the painter's tape on it.
It was as clean as this desk has ever been and probably ever will be. There was a wager. She made a wager with Jake Brooks. They wagered a coffee. I believe Lexi said it would not last a month. Jake said it would definitely last a month. And here it is, probably 17 months later, it's still there. I can't wait to take it off and find how much lighter it is under there.
I want to be here for the day you take it off.
It'll be interesting. It's probably permanently imprinted on that desk.
I remember the one day that you wore a sun-bleached jacket and it just hung on your hook rack for years, and then you just decided to.
It's aged.
You just decided to wear it one day.
Yeah, so for all of those who said I have not made my mark or left my mark here, look at that desk. Look at that desk. Now, people might be saying, what is the food in Music, Food, and Fun on Friday night? That's a good question. I'm not exactly sure. It's going to be a lot of things. You classify them as appetizers, apps, munchies, all kinds of. We'll have wings and things.
Wings and things.
The only thing I know for sure is that there'll be wings involved.
Wings and things.
Probably from Heroes. Hero Sports Grill. Shout out to them. That's at 8 p.m. Friday night. Saturday night, we're showing a movie, Pitch Perfect 3. End of the trilogy. Find out what happens.
I know it's your favorite movie of all time.
I can't wait to see what happens. I've been waiting. I didn't go see it in theaters just because we're going to show it here on campus on Saturday, April 7th. And I want to know what's going to happen in Pitch Perfect 3. Does Anna Kendrick run for president? Does Rebel Wilson, win her case? Or does Clay Matthews make another cameo? And in this one, he probably gets into a fight with Schwarzenegger. Do they finish their score? Do they settle it? These are all things I don't know that you might find out. You might find out if you watch this movie.
And there is free popcorn.
There will definitely be popcorn. I do know that. That's the one thing I know about this event is that there will be popcorn. Kim, what else do we have to cover? We talked about something else, of course. So Thursday night, let's go back to Andy Erickson. That starts at 9 p.m. I'll lead into that. We essentially have a double feature on campus because that is Culture Night presented by the African Student Association. That'll be coming up at 7:30 is showtime, 7 o'clock doors. That is at the Gracie Theater. So what you can do, get to the Gracie Theater, get good seats, 7 o'clock, go to the show, enjoy the show, 7:30, 9 o'clock, head over to the Furman and catch Andy Erickson. That's a great night. That's a loaded night.
It's a free night, if I'm not mistaken.
You're absolutely right. And that is a night that can only happen during spring 2 weeks. If this was spring 1 week, we wouldn't be able to do it. We would have said, nope, we can't do 2 things in one night. It's impossible. No one's ever done it before. But in spring 2 weeks, almost anything can happen.
Almost anything.
Almost anything can happen.
Now, can people get their shirts outside of Monday?
Yes, they're available Tuesday. They'll be available Wednesday during the day in the campus center. 3 non-perishable food items is the donation. And also, if they're still available. If they're available, they can get them Wednesday night at the event at 7 p.m. We will still have them there. If they're available. We're not sure they will be.
What if somebody wants it Thursday? If they're still available.
They can check with student government.
Okay.
They can check with the government to see if there's leftovers, but they wouldn't be tie-dye. You may have missed your boat forever. That shirt will just be white until it eventually just kind of yellows. No, wait a minute. These are forever white. They'll never yellow. Great shirts.
It's like forever stamps.
I don't know what that's a reference to, Kevin.
They're stamps. They're called forever stamps. You can use them. I could use
Are you talking
them
about tattoos?
No.
Is
Stamps.
that
Like
just-
stuff you put on a letter. You know those things where you like stick something in an
Okay,
envelope?
so the stamp doesn't last forever.
No.
Just
the company's called Forever Stamps.
Well, they're forever stamps because no matter what the price of stamps goes, you're covered with one of these forever stamps. Doesn't matter. If you have them for a year, no matter what the price does, which it fluctuates, I mailed a letter last week, they're 50 cents a piece now. I think I totally missed if stamps were ever 40 cents. I don't think they ever were. It's never been whole number. It's always like, oh, how much is the stamp? 47 cents? 49? 37? They're always an odd number ending in a 7 or a 9, I think.
It's like the Red Sox schedule this year. When they play at home against Miami at 6:35 in the afternoon.
That's the evening. That's nighttime. It's a night game.
It's dusk.
It's nighttime. If nighttime is 7:05, then 6:35 is certainly night.
They also play a game at 2:35.
That sounds about right. Patriots Day, they're going to play at 11 as they always do.
But they're just playing some odd time.
Yeah, I saw something, not to go too far off track here, but the Red Sox, I think 6 of their next 12 home games are played during the day.
Yeah.
That's a high number. That's a really high number.
Anyway, this is not the Red Sox podcast.
No, that's released on Wednesdays at 7:05 p.m. All right, so just to recap the week real quick. Food drive started today, runs on Tuesday, Wednesday. Cooks and Crafts, tie-dye your spring 2-week t-shirts at Cookies and Crafts on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Culture night at 7:30. Comedian Andy Erickson, doubleheader. She's at 9 p.m. in the Furman Center. Culture night, that'll be in the Gracie at 7:30 p.m. Friday night music, food, and fun, wire sculptures, wings and things, munchie bar, whatever you want to call it. There'll be delicious snacks. We'll probably play some tunes. Last time we played Frank Sinatra, it got some people's goat. Some people didn't like it, which means we'll probably just do that again.
There was a ton of people there.
There was a lot of people there.
We filled the entire upper campus.
Let's fill the upper, the lower, and build an additional.
You were not expecting it.
I was, Kevin. I always know.
So, are we gonna briefly go over what's happening the week after?
Sure.
Because this is spring 2 weeks.
Spring 2 weeks, so we'll throw it out there. Magician Derek Hughes coming up on April 11th. We're going to show the Star Wars movie, The Last Jedi. I don't know who that was. I saw the movie. I still don't know who The Last Jedi was. Pretty sure it's Tom Brady. That's my answer. I'm going to stick to it. And then the Lip Sync Battle Clash of Champions is on the 14th of April. It's a huge day. A new champion will be crowned. A new name will be added to the Bridges and Sterling trophy. Not that night. We won't put it on there that night. We'll have to send the trophy out to the engravers and get it done properly. I don't have those tools. I don't know how to do that. But we will get that person's name. Or names. It could be a duo. There's a lot of duos this year. 2018, duos are back.
Put that in a t-shirt.
Duos are back. 2018.
I tie-dye that on my t-shirt. 2018 duos are back.
I don't know how tie-dye works. Honestly, if I'm being honest. I don't really know how it works. You put rubber bands around the shirt, you dip it in water, and then you shoot it with a paintball gun.
Sterling's face is completely confused right now.
And then you roll it around, and then you bury it. And then you with the spring harvest, you dig it up, unfurl the shirt, and that's your design. Whatever happened, whatever nature did to it, that's what your shirt is. I don't know if you can do that. Also coming up, just do a little glance ahead, Eagle Fest coming up on April 22nd. It's an all-day rec sports Olympics. You participated in it last year, Kevin, with the team.
I'm the poker champion.
You were the poker. I didn't know this, Kevin. You won poker last year.
I am the defending poker champion.
Well, you'll have to participate this year, Eagle Fest. It starts at 9 a.m. early start time because it's an all-day thing. Tons of events. Some of the events you can expect: basketball, dodgeball, video games, lawn sports, including cornhole, ladder ball, chipping game involved in there, all kinds of stuff. I think there's 5 can jam. Also, all sports golf, a relay race, a scavenger hunt, and something I'm really looking forward to, dizzy bat penalty kicks. We'll spin around, get all dizzy, and then have to kick a soccer ball into a net. I can't wait. That's going to be terrific. Also, while we're looking ahead, finalized big signing, breaking news, April 18th, comedian Chris Redd, who you may have seen on Saturday Night Live, has had a huge role this season, had all kinds of videos on there, big role on Saturday Night Live this year. He will be performing here live for free in the Furman Center, 9 p.m. on April 18th. I was making the flyer just a minute ago. This is breaking news here on the podcast. Saturday Night Live's Chris Redd performing here on April 18th, 9 p.m. in the Furman. Totally free. All free. This is all free, Kevin.
Everything's free.
It's all free. I'm giving all this away. Just give it away.
Giving, man.
I think we're in a good place. We have a lot of events to get to, and we probably just went to like the longest podcast ever.
Yeah.
Now, we have the most events ever. That's why it's spring 2 weeks. Until next week, Sterling Pingree, it's Kevin Prake saying, how are you?